Yes, welcome to the Rebuttal Entertainment. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys why I was right, and it's been 3 years later since these guys have met, and economics of this fight will not just let this fight happen. And of course, Terrence Bud Crawford. Talk to you guys in a minute. Yeah, welcome to the Rebuttal Entertainment. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend. And this video, I'm going to tell you guys that why Terrence Crawford moved on and what's next and what else is going to be happening in this craziness of boxing. So Terrence Crawford informed nobody that he was moving on to fight David Arrhenius on BLK platform app, whatever it is, and that was it. He didn't inform Espinoza. He didn't inform Earl Spence Jr. He didn't inform Al Heyman. So evidently, Mr. Crawford said, "I'm going to have my backup plan in case this fight doesn't happen," and he's been negotiating with David Arrhenius all along. So why didn't he inform them that he was going to move on like any other guy should have informed, the guy that you in negotiation with that never mind, I'm going to move on. But Terrence Crawford didn't decide to do that. He's like, I don't care, I'm going to move on anyway. And then I'll tell him later. So let me tell you how this is going to resolve. Terrence Crawford will not be able to fight any other PBC fighter in the near future unless Al Heyman have just say, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and let these other guys fight him. Other than that, he will be treated the way Earl Spence treats Keith Thurman. That's exactly what's going to happen. He will be treated the way Earl Spence treats Keith Thurman. And that means I'm not fighting him. Let's move on. I'm done. See, when you burn bridges and you think is the best way to go, it probably was the best way to go. But Terrence Crawford should have told them that he needed a tune-up. I always said that he needs a tune-up. And shout out to Ellie sat back in ES News for this video. But I always said Terrence Crawford needed a tune-up fight. He's not Earl Spence Jr. He's light in the behind. So he needed to get up there. He's been out of the ring for almost a year after he fought Sean Porter. So of course he needed a tune-up. But he decided that I'm not going to let these guys know this. I'm just going to this it's taking too long. I'm the A side. I don't know why I should be taking all this mess. I agreed to every single thing they asked me to agree upon. I'm a Hall of Famer and all this stuff. But yet, he always was in negotiations. You want to know why? He never signed the contract. He never signed the contract. So this is what I think is going to happen. After he fight David Arrhenius, he feels like either he's going to move up or he's going to stay down. It all depends on Earl Spence. And Earl Spence, he get kind of emotional, and he would not fight you if he feels you disbanded him. You know what I mean? You blackballed him. You disrespected him. in terms of Keith Thurman. So Crawford is in the same situation. So if Earl decide to move up after he fight, either going to, I think it's going to be Stenonis. After he fights Stenonis, if he decides to drop the belt and move up, okay, so be it. That means Terrence Crawford can either fight David Arrhenius and then start trying to get the 47-pound belts that Earl Spence Jr. Vacated. But will that happen? Will Terrence Crawford try to fight these young guns and Virgil Ortiz, Jerron Boots, and then the old guy, Keith One Time Thurman, and try to be undisputed since Earl Spence dropped the belts? We don't know. But we do know that he's the WBA champion at 47. That means he can go up to 154 and try to get that fight with Jamel Charlo. But who promotes Jamel Charlo? Al HAYMEN. Al HAYMEN promotes Jamel Charlo. So, what do you think Al HAYMEN is going to tell Terrence Crawford when he tried to come up and fight Jamel Charlo? He's going to go to the WBO and try to get them to mandate it, but you know these sanctioning bodies are crooked. You know, even though they can run boxing, but they decide not to because they want to be getting paid underhandedly. You know what I mean? So every 54-pound fighter, I'm gonna say 90% of the 54 fighters are under PBC and Al HAYMEN. So if you screw Al HAYMEN, you screw Showtime and Steven Espinoza, what platform will Terrence Crawford fight on? Because you know these guys not going to fight on some up and coming platform that don't nobody know about and only have 153 subscribers. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So I will tell Terrence Crawford this. You duck, you duck Earl Spence Jr. in terms of you knew you needed a tune up. You knew you was in negotiations, but you decided to say, I don't care, this is the way I'm going to go because of your ego and your fan base. But I told you guys all along, it's not just Terrence Crawford. The fight is not going to happen because it don't make economic sense. Terrence Crawford don't sell. He don't have a big fan base. Earl Spence sells, but a lot of people still don't know Earl Spence Jr. in terms of casual fans. So how will they sell this fight? Floyd Mayweather was right. They need to tour. They need to go city tours and try to promote the fight. But now that's not happening. And I'm going to tell you guys right now today, that this fight will never, ever happen because of Terrence Bud Crawford. Ego and pride. You know, you never backstab a guy who has almost 200 and something fighters in boxing. You can't go to Matchroom. They don't want you. You can't go back to Bob Arum. He dag sure don't want you. You suing him. Was Bob Arum always right about Terrence Crawford and the way he is? You know, not caring, just think he's the baddest man in the world. Don't listen. Was Bob Arum right? Was this guy right all along? Was this guy right all along about Terrence Crawford? So now we in between the rock and the hard place. Hopefully somebody can talk some sense into Crawford, but it's a little too late for the Earl Spence fight, and it's not gonna happen. Maybe at 54, if Earl just begs Al Heyman to make the fight, because remember, this is the same Al Heyman that didn't speak to Lou DiBella for 5 years because of the Wilder and Joshua negotiation. So we never know how this will turn out. But I'm just going to say, Terrence Crawford Duck Earl Spence Jr. He wasn't ready for that fight. And also, it didn't make economic sense. So I wish Mr. Crawford well. You know, he fight David Arenas, who's a C-class fight. He fighting him on an app nobody never heard of. And the rumor is he getting $10 million that I just don't think is true. But you never know. Maybe somebody's trying to make a statement. So the rebuttal entertainment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, tell a friend. Until then, I will talk to you guys later. Peace and blessings, everybody.